Hello, Lauren. Thank you for sharing your work. Let's go through one, two, three. Let me see, three. I guess you didn't start on the fourth yet. What was the fourth off the top? Oh, I can't think off the top of my head. I can't remember what the fourth one was. But anyways, all right, so it's a great start. The really cool thing is that these are immediately recognizable. The part that I think is we're kind of going astray a little bit is your depiction of especially the shadow. Well, the shadow and the highlight areas, I think there's just too much of a drastic transition. And we started, and I use this, and I use this term, and I don't mean to sound derogatory, but I've used this term in a lot of the other critiques, is that we start looking a little zombie-esque. Our creatures are starting to look a little like zombies, and I think that because the depiction of shadow and highlight is too drastic, I mean, this is something that you want to be really, really subtle on. Is depicting these shadows and highlights in a way that looks natural and not zombie-esque. And again, I don't mean that as a derogatory term. I just can't think of a better descriptive word than to describe these as starting to look like zombies. Do you see what I'm saying? So my first recommendation is to really, really show some restraint in the shadow and highlight. Dial that back, man. I mean, really get subtle there. Enough that it's definitely noticeable, even at a distance, but not so much that it just starts creating these really, really obvious shapes. Remember, shadows are they're shapes, sure, but they're continuously morphing shapes. So they're always changing form. Shadows are always changing form depending on the movement of the light, the movement of the character, right? So we that being said, they're kind of this kind of uh, not so much shapes. Boy, I'm not doing a good job describing this. Let me scratch that and just say, let's get these dialed back. So let me show you a good depiction of shadow highlight. These are even a little bit overdone. This is so far so good. See how subtle that shadow is there? That might be a little much. These ones, yeah, it's tough. And because basically my comments for all students right now is just to really watch that shadow highlight area so we don't start looking like that kind of cyborg-ish-esque look, right? So anyways, other than that, I think your hard line's great. The great thing is that all three of these are immediately recognizable, so that's fantastic. Where do we go from here? Really super important. Let's get some texture in the hair. Wow, that looks great. The neck area is a little underdeveloped there. But let's just keep working the process. Got to get some texture in that hair here and in the beard too. Um, here, work on the outfit. Work on the shadows, depicting shadow highlight. Um, you might consider coming in here and going just with a thin stroke, adding a little bit of eyeliner to all of your, like she's got eyeliner, right? But just really subtly here. That's going to add contrast to the eye area, and that's important. Also, consider specular highlights in the eyes. That's going to add an enormous amount of depth. Um, Hair texture, clothing, etc. You know the drill, right? I mean, you're doing great. I'm just probably telling you things that you have already planned on doing, but really watch those shadow highlight areas. Great start, Lauren. Fantastic. Definitely looking forward to seeing this work. It's towards final rendering. But really, really good start. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. Thank you very much for sharing, Laura. I'm sorry, did I just say Laura? I meant Lauren. Um, Sorry about that. Anyway, Lauren, great start. Keep working it. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm right here. Thanks.